Yeah, alright, evening. Alright, so yeah, Big Jake is landed in wherever, Spain, I don't know. But anyway, I see his video earlier. He had us all going, didn't he? He had all the nitwits believing he was on his way over to Ireland. You see, that's the trouble. Me, JDP, the Murph, Big Murphy, Christopher John Edward Leonard James Murphy, we're just too sharp for everyone on this corner. All the nitwits should stick to thinking Brett May's going to have a fight anytime soon. We'll get on to him in a minute. Anyway, so yeah, Big Jake, he basically ripped a lot of them. He ripped a lot of them, and they're all coming on. Oh, I knew you weren't going to turn up to Ireland. Oh, I knew that. Ha 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 ha. I see people in the comments making fun of Jake's chest. It's called a chest, and everyone has one. Do you know what I mean? I see people saying he needs a brassiere and milk me. Nah, look. Big Jake has a pair of pecs, yeah? They're called pecs, okay? Yeah, all right. Maybe he ain't gone to the gym as much as he has been. He has been busy, you know what I mean, entertaining all you nitwits. But if he had turned up in no, it ain't Dublin. Where is it? Kerry. Even on his own or with a couple of cousins, guarantee you, the Shadow Bacon, Mr. Intensity, would have flapped it. You got to remember, Shadow Bacon's 5'9", 5'10". All right, I know size ain't got a lot to do with it, but fucking JDP is a giant. He's a giant. He's 6'5.5". Fucking hell, nearly 20 stone. What do you think old Chunky's gonna do? You know, get out the vape? Do you know what I mean? Will he even be able to get his ass off the fucking armchair? Jesus Christ. And yous lot are still invested in believing Shadow Shitter is ever gonna have some sort of physical altercation. Bash, look at him. He was twice the size of Bash. Of course, when he grabbed Bash, he was easy to throw on the floor. There's about a 10 stone weight advantage. Andy Goy, he's got a glass jaw. Of course, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Where do we find them? Shadow Bacon, he's a nitwit. He's a big, gormless nitwit. The only thing he's good at is sinking fucking Guinness, talking a load of shit on Mr. Pantsdown's channel, throwing how can we put it, himself at vulnerable women. Do you know what I'm saying? Please, he wouldn't wipe the floor with anyone. He's just a big, gormless sausage. And as for Brett Mayer, I've just sat through 2 minutes. I don't know how I managed that. I don't know what the fuck he's going on about. Talking about Ginge and someone else on the Misfits. It's fucking fit in there, isn't it? There's no more of a social misfit than fucking Brett Mayer. He's always on his own. He's always sat in that car, looking rather stupid, do you know what I mean? Looking like he's just had a fucking Domino's or a fucking kebab roll or something, you know what I mean? So out of shape. Look, he'll fight on June the 20th. He'll fight on June the 28th because he knows they won't want him to fight on June the 28th. Do you know what I'm saying? Anytime there is a serious offer of a fight, miraculously, he needs a further 12 weeks to get fit. Where do we find these fucking nitwits? They've all got fighting channels, but where's the fighting? I see the jizness. Well, I didn't even manage 2 minutes of him. I see about a minute of him waffling on about JDP, and I thought, oh, please, stop. And Jesus Christ, what is under his eyes? He looks like he's got a pair of tea bags fucking sat under his fucking eyeballs. Jesus Christ, the fucking Dawn of the Living Dead in it or something. Where do we find these people? Where do they actually crawl out from? Because none of them fight. They all talk about they're in fucking training camps. We had it from John Paul Fitzlier. We had it from Paul Dumbo Venice. We get it from Jack Diaper. And how many fights did they all have? Jack Diaper had 2. Paul Dumbo Venice has 1 in 9 years. 9 years, ladies and gentlemen. And still people are going on, oh, Paul's an animal. Oh, he's a different breed, is Paul. Oh, Paul will wipe the floor. How will he? Nobody knows. We've only seen him having a few light stars and looking rather simple on his kitchen table with his big ginger beard, feeling sorry for himself. Yes, I appreciate that he's conquered his disabilities. But he's still a very lazy fighter. When I was in my prime, I was fighting fucking 20 times a year. 3-4 years of non-stop fighting while I was at my peak. The ticking time bomb, never got beaten. 98 fights, all 98 wins, all 98 coming by big KO. See, you do it, mate, you just steam in. I had no fear. Someone could hold a fucking P38 Wolfer in front of me. Guess where? I'll be charging right here. I was fearless. I was a different breed. Look, the culture nowadays is all snowflake simps. Nobody wants to fight. They'd rather sit on a live all day off their chops, arguing over who's a bacon. Jesus Christ, where do we find them? There's only me, Big Jake, Christopher, John, Edward, Leonard, James, Murphy. That are the sensible ones on here. We're the only ones that bring any decent content. You got Craig every day, Video Craig, sat there looking rather gormless with a stupid noises talking about fucking Andy Smith. Well, someone's got to talk about Andy Smith. He's as fucking dull as dishwater. He won't do nothing. He won't see nobody. He won't do nothing except for lounge around talking about fucking a load of old fart. He's just like Brett May. They both sat there talking about fart. Look, I'm the only innovator on this corner. But people don't want innovations. They want to hear about pretend fights, pretend training camps, 20-week training camps, and they still don't have a fight. Fuck me. Where do we find these goofs? Danny Christie turns up to fight. Derek Gordon Heggie turns up to fight. Sir Bobby Kyle, the pride of Scotland, turns up to fight. And of course, the ticking time bomb always turns up for a fight. The rest of them, ain't people bored sitting there listening to stupid Mohawk boy with his fucking noises, talking about bloody Danny G. He's another weirdo. You know what I mean? He gets off his fucking tits and sits there shouting on a live for fucking 8 hours. A Viking, have you seen the size of him? Fucking hell, mate, you could put him in your pocket. He's a goof, he's a goober. Guy ain't got a fight in him. I'd ragdoll him with one hand. You could tie both my hands behind my back. I'd just think me head, boom. It'd be down, mate. Do you know what I mean? It'd be down like an empty tracksuit. Trust me, mate. When I goes. There's no stopping me. I go into an uncontrollable rage. I go ballistic. Absolutely. You've seen, if anybody wants to see what the ticking time bomb's like, check out a couple of my videos that I've uploaded. The ticking time bomb. Floors, drops, knocks out 2 big burly bouncers, 2 big doormen. About fucking 6'8", 6'9" each. You can see that on a video. It's uploaded. Watch it. Rather than sit here watching about Brett May pretending he's going to have a fight in the next fucking millennium. Also, you can see the ticking time bomb explodes, the compilation. Real fighting movie where I just lose it in local pubs and bars and I just go fucking crazy, mate. That's what you call really getting into it. Or, of course, you can sit and watch Andy Smith in his blanket, pretending he's not having a mental health episode. Try some ashwagandha, Andy. Or you can sit and watch Brett May, sat in his car, looking fatter. He's just a big fat lump. And people say, oh, he's more entertaining now, isn't he, since he's got a bit cocky with his lies and his sunglasses. And no, the guy's a fucking wrong 'un. He's a wrong 'un. And he's stupid, and you know what I mean? I think most sensible people, well over 1,000 views when I last looked, 20 odd likes. You know, you do the maths on the ratios. You know, people are fed up with it. People want to see action on this corner of YouTube. People want to see actual fights. If you want to see fights, subscribe to Danny Christie. Subscribe to Decca Heggie. Subscribe to the Ticking Time Bomb, Dr. Ratpole. Bobby Kyle. You know, subscribe to Billy Moore. You know what I mean? Another good channel. Subscribe to Yami B, another good channel. Do you know what I mean? They're out there, or you can sit there and watch fantasists all day long, like Andy Smith, Brett May, the Shadow Bacon, and his fucking shit of doom. He's been building it for fucking 2-3 years, and there ain't been no fights. There has yet to be a legitimate fight in that ring, apart from him larking around with his mates, you know, Jimmy Justice and the couple of Brainless Mickey and that other homeless weirdo that he had recently, you know. There's not been, have you noticed, there's not been one actual legit fight in that shit of doom. Not one. He's still building in the fucking seats like anybody cares. The guy's gone boring now. The whole comedy act's gone stale. Nobody cares about Brainless Mickey fucking cooking a chicken in his Y-fronts. If you want action, you want the real deal, you choose Dr. Apple. If you want the same old weirdos pretending they're getting fit, pretending they're going to have a fight in August, September, guess what? August, September never comes. Because it's all for clicks and views. It's all for the YouTube shekels. Why would they fight? When they could sit around with their blanket or sit in their car pretending they're getting ready. And the biz, the jizz or whatever. The guy's so desperate. Look, he's up everyone's backside. The sheriffs, Video Craigs, anyone that would give him, like, I don't know, some sort of platform. And he's still rubbish. He's still fucking rubbish. Jesus Christ, wearing them big women's sunglasses now. Fucking hell. He's got less hair than me. Jesus Christ, where do we find them? Where do we find them? God bless.